In a world where traditional stocks often feel like cold numbers on a screen, a new financial frontier is emerging, one printed on holographic cardboard. Collectibles are no longer just a hobby. They are a legitimate asset class. This isn't just speculation. It's a market evolution driven by a generation that values culture as much as capital. From high-stakes auctions to digital portfolio tracking, the TCG market is maturing into a powerhouse that rivals Wall Street's most established indices. The conversation around alternative assets recently hit a fever pitch following an interview with Ken Golden of Golden Collectibles. Golden, a titan in the auction space, highlighted that high-end collectibles are moving toward becoming a standard part of a diversified portfolio. Whether the skeptics agree or not, the reality is that the TCG market already functions as an asset class. We are seeing institutional-level interest and professionalized grading standards that provide the liquidity and transparency once reserved for gold or real estate. If you need proof of performance, look no further than the Pikachu versus the S&P 500 comparison. Over the last 25 years, rare Pokemon TCG items have significantly outpaced the SPY stock market. While the S&P 500 has provided solid historical returns, certain vintage Pokemon sets have seen growth exceeding 3,000%. This isn't just a bubble. It's the result of a finite supply meeting an ever-growing global demand. For an investor, these numbers are impossible to ignore. I've personally traded and invested in stocks for years, but I can tell you one thing for sure. The TCG market is way more fun. There's a certain soul in this market that the NYSE lacks. In the stock world, I would spend hours poring over financial reports and jargon-heavy balance sheets, only to realize that price action is often just market psychology and future growth projections that may never materialize. Stocks can feel disconnected from reality. TCGs feel like owning a piece of history. On the flip side, my TCG investment thesis has consistently reaped rewards because it's based on interests I actually understand. Analyzing the One Piece manga, character popularity, and card rarity feels intuitive. When you understand why a manga rare card is culturally significant, you aren't just guessing on a ticker symbol, you're investing in a narrative. It makes immense sense to me to put capital into a Charizard or Luffy rather than a company whose CEO I've never heard of. So, what does the TCG asset class look like in the next 10 years? We are already seeing the birth of sophisticated financial tools. We no longer rely on word of mouth. We have TCGplayer.com for real-time market depth and apps like Shiny and Collector to track portfolio performance with the same precision as Robinhood. The next decade will likely bring even more statistic instruments to follow patterns, allowing us to treat our binders like brokerage accounts. The market is evolving before our very eyes. At TC Journal, we aim to be your reliable source for following these trends. This isn't just about hitting a pull, it's about navigating a market that is becoming more legitimized every day. We provide the tools and direction needed to identify hot items before they spike, ensuring your portfolio remains on a strong upward trend. A major driver of this growth is the demographic shift of the 90s and 2000s kids. These fans are now adults with disposable income and a desire to reclaim their childhood through invest collecting. I feel this myself. Putting monetary allocations toward a rare One Piece card feels better than buying shares of Apple. There is an emotional and nostalgic ROI that a stock dividend simply cannot provide. As more smart money enters the space, expect to see even more legitimacy. Some investment firms are already quietly allocating portions of their portfolios into collectibles because they've seen the proven returns. It's time to ignore the scoffs of the doubters. Historically, the counterculture plays and alternative assets are the ones that make the biggest impact. The TCG revolution is here, and it's just getting started. To join it, check us out at tcjplayer.com to get the latest insights and news.